Hi, it's Chad with Heirloom Farm and Forage, and today we're going to prune this unruly apple tree. So the first thing that I try to do is look for branches that cross like this. I'm going to cut it off at the next bud that points outward, which means I'm going to chop him way back to here. I'm going to cut this about at a 45-degree angle so that the water runs off of it, and cut him off. And also what I want to look for is ones that are growing inward towards the tree. This guy right here, it's growing in towards the center. Chop him off. I'm trying to keep an open center design in this thing, like a goblet shape, and that allows all the sunlight to get in. And here's another one going straight up. Here's another one growing straight up. In fact, I think I might take this guy clear back to here. And here we got a bunch of them growing straight up. I don't want them. I'll just chop them clear off. And I'm going to chop this guy clear off too. All these here, chop them off. This one here is rubbing on the other one. You can see where it's been rubbing. I'll cut him off, and I'll cut this guy off as well. On this one over here, it's getting really long. So what I'm going to do is find a bud that's going outward and cut it off. Right above that. I got this big long guy coming out of here, and we don't need all that, but I do want a lateral branch coming out here. So I'm going to come back to an outward facing bud, probably right here, and cut that guy off too. The reason you cut it off to an outward facing bud, because then that bud is going to grow and extend this branch, and it'll be facing the right direction then, and grow in the right direction. So we'll cut this guy off, it's going to the middle. This big, long, and this is 1 year's worth of growth that's growing straight up. Well, I don't want that. So I'm going to cut him off clear back here. See, like right here, got crossing branches. I'm just going to cut that guy off. Actually, I'm going to cut him off way back here because there's a lot of kind of intersecting branches that we don't need. There's another one crossing. This is going down. Don't need that branch. This one's pretty close to crossing, so it will be by summer. This guy's going straight up. Some big long ones that we want to shorten up. This one, and when I say near an outward facing bud, this is what I'm talking about. There's an outward facing bud. I'm going to cut it off about a 1/4 inch above that, angled at about a 45-degree angle. And it doesn't even have to be a true sticky outy bud like that. It could be, see if I can get it to focus here. It can be like one of these little guys here. That thing will go and grow on out also. In fact, these things are kind of long. So if you have a long branch, long skinny branch, those things, if they get a bunch of apples on them, they're going to bend over and break. So I'm going to cut him off. I'm going to cut his brother off right here. Got a whole bunch of junk going on right in here, which I'm going to cut a bunch of those off. Just too much going on. You want to open it up for airflow. That keeps the leaves and apples from growing a mildew fungus on it, which is about the worst enemy of apple trees. So then these little guys here growing out of the rootstock or down at the base are called suckers. And you want to cut those suckers off. fact, these ones growing out of the rootstock are probably not even apple trees, because they use a different rootstock and graft it onto the trees, because the rootstock is more suitable for the environment, more vigorous, and makes it grow better. We're going to cut all these guys facing inward towards the tree because we're doing an open center. And see how it has a nice open center? I don't know if you can tell from here, but it has a nice open center so wind can blow through, dry it out, and also the sunlight can get into the leaves. If you have one branch right on top of another branch, then the top branch's leaves are going to shadow the lower branch, and it's kind of pointless to have them, yet it sucks energy out of the tree by just being there. So open them up. Also, when you switch trees, you want to clean your clippers off with some isopropyl alcohol. Clean them off, that way you're not spreading some potential disease from one tree to the other. Oh, look at this crazy mess. We got a lot of whacking to do on this guy. Well, this would be an example of a dead or dying branch. In fact, that thing's in the middle of this, so I'm just going to cut him off completely. The ones growing towards the center, and like this guy here, it's kind of growing right up in amongst everything. So I'm going to come back to this one right here that's facing outward. I'm just going to cut him off right there. And then that branch, little branch, will turn into a branch going outward, which is what we want. And then besides that, you want to put mulch around them. I do it about every other year, but probably should do it every year. Basically take one bag per tree and make about a 3 or 4 foot circle around it. As they get bigger, that circle really should get bigger also. But one bag is the limit for me. There, I murderized that sucker. Here it is a couple weeks later. Looks like I was just in the nick of time on getting these things pruned, because here is our pear trees. Got little leaves started, and let's see, oh, even the apple trees got a little leaf started on the apple tree here. One of the apple trees. Buds are all swollen on these. This one's not doing much. And then we got our pear trees. We got flowers on them. Some of them I think were killed by the 14 degrees temperatures last weekend, but looks like some of them were not, so we got flowers. Spring is on. If you got any kind of value out of this video, or would you consider subscribing to my channel and give us a like? We do all sorts of stuff: homesteading, blacksmithing, cattle, pigs, chickens, trees, just all sorts of stuff has to do with the farm. So I appreciate you guys watching, and come back and see us again next time.